Look at that. Ferrari GTO. Ferrari GTO actually from GTO Engineering. So it's like a 250 that's been rebuilt to be, look at that. And this particular car was racing at Spa on Sunday. It's here in central London. We are on Old Burlington Street. Why are we on Old Burlington Street? Because if you look behind me here, this is the Savile Row Concours. So this is always a beautiful event. It's always a gorgeous event. The sun is always shining. Unfortunately today, the first day of this event, it's not shining, but nonetheless, we're going to have a look around. We're going to have to take a look and see what the car, because the cars are all out here. Everybody's out here. The cars are out here. And in between where the rain stops for a little bit, we're getting out and we're looking at the cars. So let's do that. I'm going to turn it around and show you what's here. So this is a 1968. 1968 is a very good year. It's a very good vintage, if I do say so myself. I think anybody that was born in 1968 is an absolute wonderful guy. Yes, I'm not biased at all. But anyway, this thing is resplendent in orange. It's a Mangusta. It's absolutely stunning. The Tomaso. Beautiful. It's sort of like, you know, the original without any spoilers. It's just clean. It's just, look at the back windows on this thing. Absolutely gorgeous. But just a really clean, simple design. And, you know, not any accessories, not any spoilers, nothing on it. Just the purity of the shape. And that orange is just fantastic. What do we have here? This is a 1925 MG 1428 bullnose. Oh, bullnose. You see what's happened there with the grille? See how it curves round. That's extraordinary. Morris Oxford Super Sports, the MG Morris Oxford Super Sports. Cute little thing. Not really my era, not really my thing, but look at the back of it. Boat tail or what? Like mini boat tail. What an extraordinary little thing. Nice. Here we go. There's a bunch of bikes here. What do we got? The Langen, these are brand new, 2-stroke Lightspeed, look at that. It's an extraordinary looking thing. If you're into bikes, check these out. And we have a Routemaster bus here. Concours and Savile Row, perfectly British. It's like a bar, I think. What we have here is Zero motorcycles. These are also brand new. So Zero, are they, when they say Zero, does that mean it's electric? Yes, I think they are electric. So these are electric motorbikes. You can look at the shape of that thing. That's quite extraordinary. And this thing, that is an interesting looking bike, isn't it? And that's not electric, that's a BMW, that's a Royal Enfield. Proper. Now over here, 2024 Royal Enfield. There you go. You can go touring on that one. Now this here, this is an Everrati. So this is beautiful. It's a Porsche 911, the way that 911 should look. It's absolutely stunning, but it is electric. Because this is an Everrati 964, and so it has been converted to electric, as has the car behind it, which is a Mercedes SL. And this is also a conversion to electric. They've also just tied up with a company in UAE as well to do some cars over there. What's the crazy supercar that jumped between buildings in the Fast and Furious movie in Abu Dhabi? That's the company that they've teamed up with. Look at this. And McLaren F1. How rare, extraordinary, amazing, and valuable is this? This is not a car that you see every day. Certainly not sitting around soaked in the rain, that's for sure. So just seeing it in the rain is a bit of a treat here. It's a 1995 McLaren F1. Just learned the three seating position, the driver in the center. That's a proper McLaren. And Monteverdi. I was going to say about the McLaren, it's like the proper McLaren, no McLaren supercar will ever live up to that thing. And I think that even Gordon Murray's efforts, where he's just creating cars that are just hideously expensive but very, very clever, are never going to quite live up to that. This is a 1971 Monteverdi 375L. It's long, it's huge. I love the stickers on the side. And it is so 70s to have that sticker on the side, isn't it? Oh, look at the tail on this thing. That's almost like a Lancia-esque tail on there, isn't it? 375L is what it says there. Monteverdi high speed, in case you had any doubt. In the 70s, we weren't shy about talking about speed, as we seem to be a bit now. Now, I know you're looking at something behind this car, but I'll just say about this car first. Mercedes 300S. Look at that. Look at the interior. And the three-pointed star right there. 1956 Mercedes 300 SC. There you go. Check it out. That is stunning. So there you go. And now I know you guys have had your eye on this, because ever since like you saw it probably in the background. Look, somebody's about to open this. Isn't that incredible? This is what happens at the Savile Row. Now I know what you think this is, and you're not entirely wrong. What you're thinking is that this is John Lennon's Rolls-Royce. What I understand is that this is actually a replica of John Lennon's Rolls-Royce. So John Lennon famously, for one of his albums, he got it painted up. And this is a car that looks like it. So let's find out about this. 1965 Rolls-Royce Phantom 5. This is a replica, as I said, of the psychedelic Rolls-Royce Phantom 5, which was regularly seen parked up outside the Apple building at 3 Savile Row in the 60s. He paid Steve Weaver £290 to do the paint job. So this has been replicated on this one. This was in 2014, commissioned by, well, it was done by Paul Carrozzeria to recreate this moving work of art, and that's what that is. So this is absolutely stunning. So of course, psychedelic era. You can see some of the influences from the subcontinent, obviously, in this car. So very much a brown car, if you like, if you can accept that presumption on my part. But it is fantastic. That's what that is. And that's John Lennon. It's just amazing, isn't it, really? So, check this out. That's, I mean, that would have looked fantastic if it had been dry, this black car. 1958 Ferrari 250 GT Pininfarina. It is stunning, except that it's very, very wet. And somehow on the black paintwork, the rain is kind of detracting from its elegance. Unlike, for example, there, where the rain is making no difference whatsoever. It's just absolutely resplendent. Even the size of the Flying Lady is just massive on this one, isn't it? So, moving along, what else have we got? We're looking at a 1913 Sunbeam 1620. This is pretty much a racer. Look at that. That's obviously been covered up because of the rain, very wise too. But yeah, imagine racing one of these. Next to that is a Lotus. So all of a sudden we've got a brand new modern car here. 2024 Lotus Emira.
It used to be 3,000 miles.
There are obviously events also happen here at the show. You got interviews.
I actually enjoyed.
Who is that? Model, is he? I think. Model, not an actor. I think it's a model. Another new car. The Lotus Electra, the SUV. What do you think of the Lotus SUV? Do you think it's on brand? Do let me know what you think of it. Over here we've got a Koenigsegg Jesko. Did we see this up at the Salon Privé London? Quite possibly. Or we saw one like it anyway. So this is new. That's owned by Koenigsegg London. This is extraordinary. What is that? I gotta be honest, I'm at a bit of a loss, really. For this one, I'm definitely going to have to refer to the information sheet here. This is a 2024 Touring Arese RH95 Touring Superleggera. Latest creation from the Milanese coach builder. It's a mid-engine car.
We were also in the lead at that point.
It has a 670 brake horsepower Ferrari V8 in this one. That's what that is. What an extraordinary thing. I've not seen that before. It's kind of weird. It's very much supercar-like. Sort of a cross between a Bugatti, Veyron, Jaguar XK120. The rear is simply ridiculous and wonderful at the same time. Crazy, crazy haunches on the back of that. Like really bulging. Look at the detail down here.
What's important to you?
Well, the year
That is quite an extraordinary looking thing. I have to confess I don't know much about it, but there you go. The sort of stuff that you get to see here, that you get to discover. Making our way along Savile Row, we now have a 1966 Gordon-Keeble. This car.
what we were wearing in the car.
Look at that little tortoise and the little stuffed animals in the back. Tortoise and a bear.
Founders of the UAE.
Love it when you got a big character. Ha! Ha! 227D.
And then obviously with Savile Row, you're associated.
It's kind of cute. We got some more bikes. What are these bikes here? Ducati. Oh, so they're Ducati. Just to show you the front of that again in case we missed it. I don't know if I caught that one. So this is a GK1 IT 1966, that one. So another Rolls-Royce. This is a 1956 Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud. Love the two-tone paintwork and the finish on that. The paintwork is amazing on this one. And so is the interior. My goodness. And no wonder it's looking so good because there's a guy shining it and it's electric. Right. So who is this then? Oh, this is Lunaz, right, of course. Of course it is. It's Lunaz who have been doing these conversions to these very high-end, exotic, premier, luxury, classic, vintage cars. This is what they're doing here. So this is the Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud S1, and of course its conversion at Silverstone by the Lunaz group. So tell me what you feel about that. Tell me what you think about the fact that that 1956 Rolls-Royce, I mean it kind of makes sense because, you know, it's supposed to be silent and now it really is. But do you think that's appropriate? This is a 250 GT short wheelbase Ferrari 1961. And quite an elegant thing that. Open gate gear shift in there, metal. 23 VT, gosh, so number plate is probably as expensive as a car. Absolutely stunning, and that's an Alpine race car. Oh, somebody was asking me earlier, is Morgan here? And apparently it is here. But anyway, let's have a look at this first. So this is pretty, look at the wing on that, and that's separate. I thought they were joined, but no, they're separate that. So you got the straight blade there, and then the two independent parts of the rear spoiler, which is massive. It's a bit Stars and Stripes, this, isn't it? Alpine. 2023 Alpine 110. Oh, it's a Pikes Peak, no wonder. Gran Turismo. Look at the front splitter on that. That is absolutely crazy. But yeah, so this is the back on the Ferrari again. 250 GT Tour de France. That's what is this? California Spyder. As I said, the Morgans are here. This, of course, is the Super 3, the three-wheeler. It was just called the three-wheeler before, now they call it the Super 3. So Morgan have just introduced a brand new car, a summer special or something, which they've done in joint with Pininfarina. And it's a beautiful thing, but that's obviously not here because the sun is not shining. So we don't have a shining sun, so we don't have the summer edition, whatever it's called. This is the Plus 4. I do like Morgans. They have actually updated them, although they look the same, but they are actually brand new. Look at the headlights. You can see from the headlights. Those are LED lights there. So these are brand new, but they are so charismatic and so much fun to drive. And but I haven't had a chance to review the new one, so sorry. And Lagonda we have here, so it's a 1939 Lagonda LG6 Rapide. Look at the color on that, sort of minty green, so nice. The size of the headlights, the spotlights, the headlights, everything is like scaled up, right? But it is stunning. I mean, look at the fenders on this.
That's when you get it from.
Oh, and a bit of patchwork going on there.
All right. Obviously, being on Savile Row, lots of suits.
With the red pinstriping as well.
Down and how you do.
So there are speakers here. Look how the red lights are out on stalks. That's crazy.
But you are a fan of.
And it's kind of weird because it's gone from mint green at the front to kind of grey silver at the back. But it's, and there's another one that's sort of definitely mint green.
It's astounding row. I think it's one of the.
Another Mercedes 300.
My favourite racing.
This is a 1963 300 SL, not a gullwing. There's a hard top on it, so it's a cabriolet. So this car is undercover. It's a Callum Skye 2024, brand new. So this is the thing that was covered before, but I've managed, they've uncovered it now. This is the unveiling of the first public appearance of the Callum Skye, the world's most beautiful high-performance multi-terrain vehicle. It's a pioneering all-wheel drive electric machine built to meet the rigorous demands of off-road terrain. It's a design exercise, basically. This is a concept car. That's what this is.
To conditions around the world. Don't worry, it's on. Now, CC holds a doctorate in experimental atomic and laser.
Look at that. I like the color scheme on that. The three-tone almost, the black, blue, and the silver grey. And we've got a real sort of buggy look around it, hasn't it? It's got a real sort of, look at the ground clearance at the back, with also the approach departure angle sort of clearance that you've got on it. It's quite extraordinary. So there you go. There is the first viewing of the Callum Skye in public in the rain. I suppose, you know, if there's one car here that should not be afraid of a little bit of rain, it should be this one, right? It's designed to be an all-terrain, all-purpose sort of vehicle. Can't really see if it's got an interior. It actually has got. It's all darkened windows, but I think it's got a bit of a race type interior. So this is a car that I believe it moves. I believe it does move. So there's the front of it. There's the face of it. New. We've got a Jensen Interceptor. I haven't reviewed a Jensen. You can check that out on my channel. I do have a review of a Jensen on my channel. And this is also 2024. And in fact, it's probably one of these, isn't it? Oh, no, Jensen International Automotive. So it's actually their car that I reviewed. One of the guys are here. Interesting. But yeah, I've got a review of, I don't think it would be this car exactly, is it? They changed the engine as well. It might actually be this car. This might actually be the same car that I reviewed. JIA, so it could be. Anyway, check it out. That's on my channel. And oh my goodness, I want to talk about the car behind, but I'm going to resist first because that's a legend. But this is also a legend. This is stunning. 1954 Jaguar XK120 Roadster. It belongs to David Gendier. If you're enjoying this video, then make sure you hit the like button. It's very important. Plus, comment, share, and make sure you're subscribed. Right, so yes, I was interrupted as I was just filming this car by the owners of that car because they confirmed that yes, that is actually the car that I reviewed. So the review of that car is on my channel, that actual same car. It's the same car. It's still, they still have it. It's their demo. But yeah, if you want to have a go in it, I guess get in touch with them because you never know. You might be able to do that. So this thing, obviously, oh my goodness, what a legendary car this is. I was really into rallies in the 80s, probably more than F1. I used to follow rallying, the era of Juha Kankkunen, Ari Vatanen, all of these guys, incredible cars, the Peugeot, the Porsches before that, but then the Peugeot came along, then of course the Lancia Integrale, and of course then that's why I kind of wanted a Lancia Integrale. I didn't get one. I got a Lancia Prisma, which was a Delta with a boot instead, because I wanted a Delta, but I got that instead. That's why I had it. But this was the pinnacle. So the Audi Quattro obviously changed everything when they came along with their four-wheel drive, and they completely redefined how to go rallying and what sort of tech and what sort of car you needed to win at rallying. And their regular Quattro would scoop up everything, but then of course they came up with the short wheelbase, which is this one, the Audi Quattro S1, and this one also wall to roll. So who drove this one? Did it say who drove this one? It doesn't say who drove this one. But anyway, so this is the car, but the name that I left out when I was rattling off the names earlier of the people that I equate with this car, probably the person I equate most with this car is actually Michèle Mouton. The amazing, brilliant, incredible Michèle Mouton, who pretty much nearly won the World Championship. In my mind, she did win it. In my mind, she won it because it was just amazing what she achieved. And she's just literally announced her retirement from FIA duties. So she's still she doesn't race, but she still was involved in FIA duties, and she's just literally announced her retirement from doing that. So that's now happened. So it's quite fitting that we see this car here. So this is a 1956 Ferrari 500 TR. That's pretty much a racing car from the era of the likes of Sterling Moss and what have you. Let's see if this is owned by Richard Martin. It's known as the Testarossa, so it's got redhead engine. The 13th of 17 500 TRs built, chassis 0640 MDTTR, owned by Ferrari. Franco Cortese used it in 1956 for the Grand Prix. It notched up some victories. So this car is actually raced, and it has done rather well. So this is an actual race car. Check that out. Can you imagine? I mean, that's like a road car in those days as well, isn't it? And that's the difference. Is like race cars in those days were basically road cars that you could drive. You could drive through the racetrack, win the race, and then actually then drive them home. Nowadays, race drivers, you notice something weird about this. The front of the car looks very, very familiar, but the back of the car is very odd. This is a 1950 Land Rover Series 1 wagon. It was enjoyed by the King George VI and the late Queen. The Queen had this as well. Oh, okay. It was built in an 80-inch wheelbase, 1.6 litre engine, Rover P3 4-speed gearbox, and the four-wheel drive. How extraordinary. It was made by Tickford, known for work with Lagonda and the Rolls-Royce. But what an extraordinary thing. So the front of it, like I said, very familiar. With the back of it, completely different. And it's a proper enclosed cabin. To be honest, the interior of it is pretty much as you'd expect. It's just really that big box on the back, that big carriage. Almost to the point that you wonder, why did you do that? I suppose it's more enclosed, but I don't really see a huge advantage of that. And we're now here with back with the racing cars again. So what do you think of these? What do you think of Formula E? If you saw, I did a video, I was with Nissan. This is a 2024 Gen 3, so this is a new one. This is the Gen 3 car. Notice it's got the of the sponsors on this. This one's quite evocative. You can make that out. Check this out, guys. It's my book. It's my first novel, and it's written for car fans like you. It's a fun political action thriller. It's full of cool cars and spectacular action. Get your copy now at Amazon.com. Right, so yeah, I was interrupted there by actually Skye, who's the founder of Drivers Union, the biggest supercar club in the UK, and I do quite a bit of stuff with them as well. But what I was going to say about this car, with the Saudia tags,
well, ladies and gentlemen, do come and admire, you already are, admire the Callum Skye.
And the reason why I find that quite evocative, because if you remember the Saudia tag racing team in Formula 1 from, I think it was the 80s, so that was a big deal when they had that thing. thing. That was a major part. The first time the sort of the Middle East really sort of got involved in sponsoring motorsports and that sort of thing. There we got 1907 Mercedes 75 PS Spyder. You check it out. I mean, that's extraordinary. This is like proper the Great Race sort of era. Look at all the pedals on this thing. Like, and I think they're flipped around, aren't they? Does anybody, if you're somebody watching, knows how to drive this? I have driven a car that is quite old. Not as old as this. I drove a 1920s Bentley blower, and I think the pedals used to be reversed, but the one I drove, I think they had put them back into conventional. They put them into conventional format, so that was different. But yeah, how do you drive one of those? If somebody watching those, and leave your information in the comments, that'd be much appreciated. This is a S680 Guard 4matic. So this what do they mean by Guard? This is basically your Dictator Special, and so this is basically I'm just looking at to find out where the protection systems are. This is a full armored car, new innovation. So it's Guard specific body shell, aluminium outer skin, inconspicuous. So it's got armoring, ISS includes special adaptations to suspension, engine, transmission. It's got a V12 with 612 horsepower, 830 Newton meters of torque, and four-wheel drive system. So they haven't actually listed all of the. I'm sure it's got more tech. As you can see, that's where the flag you can put up there, where it is on the other side. But this is a proper Dictator's Diplomat Special. Full security. Hi there.
Hi.
Are you with this?
I am.
Okay, just quick question, because I know it's got the armor plating and the armor glass, and
Yes.
look at the thickness of that. But it's got other stuff in it as well. It's got like an oxygen tank and stuff like that as well, doesn't it?
The person to ask that would be my colleague Sasha.
Right, okay, cool.
Yeah, in terms of we've been informed of all the sort of plating in terms of its VR10 grading that it can stand. You're not just looking at bulletproof, you're looking at blast proof as well.
Blast proof as well, right?
VR10 is the highest grade that you can get on civilian vehicles before you have to purchase military vehicle protection, which is what, like the US president runs in that Cadillac that he uses. No other commercial vehicle is a VR10 rating. Mercedes is the only one.
Do you know what the weight of this is?
4.8 tons.
4.8. I had guessed 3 tons, so it's actually more than that. 4.8 tons. That's extraordinary.
Yeah, so your standard S-Class.
And what sort of cost are we talking for something like this?
If you're buying individually, you're looking at around sort of £600,000 mark.
600,000.
How you're specking the vehicle out.
Right.
Obviously, the target audience is government heads of state, groups like NATO, where they're going to order in bulk a fleet.
Is this the guy that you're talking about?
Yes, he might know about the. But yeah, it's got a survival cell, similar to a Formula One car. Where
right. So basically, this is the passenger cell is a complete cell in itself.
It's prioritised. The engine, for example, itself isn't actually plated any differently to a standard S-Class. One, to save weight, and because if you overplate it, you can then run into reliability issues with overheating, as well, especially if it's a vehicle that's going to be used in Saudi Arabia or anything like that.
Massive. It's a behemoth. It's very impressive. They have special tires on it as well.
Special tires, custom from Michelin.
Right.
Specifically for this car. If you were to get spike trapped, you can run on these tires for up to 20 miles.
Right.
At 60 miles an hour.
Extraordinary. What a beast of a thing. Thanks so much for talking me through it. Much appreciated. Thank you. And thanks for the umbrella as well. That's awesome. Thanks a lot. No, take care. So the rain has just picked up massively, as you can see, and that was an extraordinary insight into the world of armored cars and high performance security cars. This is a 1951 Jaguar XK120. I see they put the cover back on there. That was off a minute ago. That was quick work on their part. 40,000 miles. What is this? I can't read it now. It's all gone. Like, it's almost become impossible. Anyway, we're near the end now of this Savile Row Concours. It's a small show. It's not like a huge show. This is 2024 Bizzarrini. This is new. This is a brand new Bizzarrini 5300 GT Corsa. You can buy this brand new, I think. So this is the car. So I've seen these at Hampton Court, I believe, is where I saw them. Bizzarrini. They always have a display there as well. I think with the old transport truck and etc. as well. So you can go and check them out there. And if you want to find out, look at the gold wheels on the green. It actually does work. I don't know if that scan will work because it's raining. And then finally we've got this thing, which is like, why is it here? But it's here. So there you go. Anyway, 2024 Audi Q8 e-tron which they're having second thoughts about now. Well, I feel, but the entire automotive industry is having second thoughts about it. So there you go. Check it out. So I hope you enjoyed that walk around. There were a few interruptions in that, but pretty much that was done continuously as you saw me walk around. So that was done in one go. Why am I going to do the outro in front of the Audi when I can do the outro in front of these cars, which are more interesting? So there you go. So hope you enjoyed that. I hope you managed to get down here on a drier day than I did. Leave your comments below and I'll catch you all in the next video. Shout out time, guys. Thank you so much. Hey, if you enjoy my content, why not get involved? Buy me a coffee. You can do that at either of these links. Or if you're watching on YouTube, buy me a thanks or take out a membership. It all helps. It really does.